Hi there, and welcome back to our Pronto educational series. This video is going to cover the features of the metrics goals category. And this is an interesting feature within Pronto because oftentimes we will get questions asked about, how do you determine what the industry benchmark is? How do we know how we're performing against it? And this is really the feature where we apply an industry benchmark to a performance metric and we compare your current performance to that benchmark. And that allows us to be able to see how far off you are from the benchmark and apply a goal to every single month. So that's really the purpose of the metrics goals feature, and I'll really show you how that works. You'll notice some things that are very similar here. Once again, you'll go to the navigational bar and you'll select the metrics goals tab, and you'll go to your practice, select the group name, the region, the specific practice you want to look at, but you want to make sure you're selecting the year. So if you want to look at this here, obviously you would pick 2026. Down here on the left-hand side, you've got the performance metric that's being tracked by category. So once again, you can look at very specific performance metrics based upon an area that you might be particularly interested in or you have a concern with. For purposes of today, we'll stick with, let's just say, recall and recare, for example. And what you'll see here is 7-month hygiene retention. There is an industry benchmark for a high-performing practice, and that's 85%. Now, not every single performance metric will have an industry benchmark, but for the ones that do, we're applying it here. So when we first begin to integrate with Pronto and your other technologies, we begin to pull data and information in, and that's what creates what you see here, which is the baseline. This is, the data that we have been able to collect up to this point. We can see that the baseline data coming in is at around 71%. The benchmark is 85%. You're currently, this is the last 90 days, trending at 76%. So what we've done is we've looked at all of that and we've said, let's set a goal for this practice for January, February, March through the end of the year. They can hit the benchmark. We know they can. They're trending in the right direction. So we would apply the 85% to every single month in the year. And if you click on this arrow to the left, you can see what's being applied to any additional offices that you might have. This is where we set the goals for you for the year. So you've got a number of these performance metrics that you can look at, and this is a very simple feature, but this is really where we are able to determine whether or not we should set an incremental goal for you because you're really far off from the industry benchmark, or we could give you a stretch goal and say, you're pretty close, you're trending in the right direction. We're going to give you the industry benchmark as a goal to try to achieve. So this is the metrics goals feature, and if you're interested in learning what the industry benchmarks are, this is a great place for you to be able to do so. If you have any questions, reach out. Once again, always happy to help. Thanks.